The red planet of Liora. The planet was called Liora. It orbited two suns, which meant its sky was never truly dark. Even at night, the horizon glowed in shades of violet and gold. The ground shimmered like glass, and the air carried a faint sound, almost like distant singing. Commander Elara Venn stepped out of the landing pod first. She had trained for years for this mission. Now she was standing on a world no human had ever touched before. Behind her, the exploration crew followed carefully. Their boots sank slightly into the soft, crystal-like soil. The planet's surface reflected light in strange patterns, as if it was alive. "Atmosphere is stable," the science officer reported. "Oxygen level low but breathable with masks." Elara looked toward the distant mountains. They were not ordinary mountains. They were perfectly shaped. Too perfect. Smooth curves, symmetrical lines, and glowing lines running through them like veins of light. Then something unexpected happened. The ground began to hum. Not loudly, just enough to feel in their bones. Every member of the crew stopped moving. From the center of the glowing mountains, a light rose slowly into the sky, forming a circular pattern above them. It was not a natural event. It was a signal, and it was responding to their arrival. Elara whispered into her communicator, "We are not the first visitors here." The circle in the sky brightened, and for the first time since landing, they heard a voice, not through their radios, but directly inside their minds. The voice was calm, neither loud nor soft. It felt ancient. "You have arrived at the threshold." The crew looked at each other in fear. No speaker was active. No radio channel was open. Yet every one of them heard the same words inside their minds. Elara took a slow step forward. "We come in peace," she said aloud, unsure if sound even mattered here. The glowing circle above the mountain shifted. Light patterns moved like flowing water across the sky. Then the ground beneath them opened, not as a crack, but as a smooth transformation. The crystal soil separated silently, revealing a wide platform rising from below. On it stood tall structures made of the same glowing material as the mountains. And in the center, a figure. It was not fully solid. Its shape shimmered like light trying to become a body. It had no visible eyes, yet Elara felt it watching her. "We are the Liora," the voice continued. "We do not speak with sound. We speak with connection." One of the scientists whispered, "It's telepathic. The entire planet is connected." The figure moved closer, floating slightly above the platform. Images suddenly filled the crew's minds. Images of Liora's history, a peaceful civilization, advanced beyond technology. They did not build machines. They shaped energy. They lived in harmony with their planet, merging consciousness with the land itself. But then the images changed. A dark shape entered their system, a distant cosmic disturbance. The Liora had sealed their world to protect it. The glowing circle in the sky was not a greeting. It was a test. "You carry conflict within you," the voice said. "Your species harms its own home." Elara felt the weight of the message. The being showed them Earth, burning forests, rising oceans, wars, pollution spreading across continents. The crew felt shame, though no one spoke. Then the voice changed tone. "But you also carry hope." The figure extended a beam of light toward Elara. "One among you must decide." A new vision appeared. If Earth and Liora connected, both worlds could share energy, knowledge, healing technology. But it would require trust. If they refused, the portal would close forever. Elara understood. This planet was not asking for conquest, it was offering a choice. She stepped forward alone. The light surrounded her, and she felt something incredible. The planet's consciousness entering her thoughts gently, like a handshake between minds. For a moment, she saw the entire world of Liora, oceans glowing beneath the surface, cities inside mountains, life flowing in harmony. Then she made her decision. Elara felt the connection deepen. The planet's consciousness flowed through her thoughts, calm, powerful, endless. But as she accepted the bond, something unexpected happened. One of the crew members, Dr. Hale, stepped forward and removed his helmet. "We don't need permission," he said firmly. "This planet has resources we've never seen before. Energy like this could save Earth." The moment his words were spoken aloud, the sky changed. The glowing circle above them darkened. The Liora's voice returned, but now it sounded heavier. "Your intent is divided." The structures around them shifted, forming protective barriers of light. Elara felt the planet's consciousness pull slightly away from her. Dr. Hale activated a hidden device in his suit, a scanning tool designed to collect energy samples. The device emitted a sharp pulse. Immediately, the mountains reacted. Light beams shot into the sky, forming a massive shield around the landing zone. The planet was defending itself. Images flooded Elara's mind, not memories, but warnings. The Liora could not allow extraction. Their energy system was tied to the planet's stability. Removing even a small amount could damage their entire world. But Dr. Hale continued. "This is survival," he insisted. "Earth is struggling." The scanning device grew brighter. The sky cracked with electric light. For the first time, the peaceful planet responded with force. Energy waves pushed the crew backward. The platform beneath them began to close. The Liora's voice changed, no longer welcoming. "You must choose unity or departure." Elara realized the conflict was not between humans and aliens. It was between greed and cooperation. She ran toward Dr. Hale. "Stop! If we take their energy, we destroy them." But he refused. Behind them, the landing pod began receiving damage from the planet's defense system. The conflict was escalating. The Liora were preparing to isolate the humans completely. Elara reached the center of the glowing platform and placed her hands on the crystal surface. She focused on the connection. Instead of taking energy, she offered something else: her memories, her emotions, her understanding of humanity's mistakes. The planet responded. The energy shield softened slightly. The sky's light stabilized. The Liora spoke again. Quieter now. One mind has chosen balance. But the conflict was not over. Dr. Hale's device had already triggered a planetary defense cascade. If it continued, the system could enter full lockdown, trapping the humans permanently. Elara had only seconds to decide. Should she shut down the human device, or fully merge with the planet to stop the defense system? The future of both worlds depended on her choice. The air trembled. The defense cascade had begun. Light storms spiraled across the twin suns above Liora. The mountains pulsed like a heartbeat racing toward collapse. Dr. Hale's device screamed with rising energy output. Elara knew there was no time left. If she tried to manually shut down the device, it would be too late, so she made the only choice that could stop both sides. She stepped into the center of the platform, and she let go, not of her body, but of her separation. She opened her mind fully to the Liora. The connection deepened beyond thought, beyond language. She felt oceans beneath crystal crusts, ancient memories of starlight, the gentle hum of a civilization that had chosen harmony over conquest. The planet was not angry. It was afraid of becoming what Earth had become. Elara sent one final message into the shared consciousness. We do not have to take. We can learn. The Liora paused. Across the platform, Dr. Hale's device reached critical levels, but then the crystal beneath his feet softened like liquid glass. The device sank into the surface and dissolved into harmless light. The defense cascade stopped. The sky cleared. The twin suns returned to their steady glow. Dr. Hale fell to his knees, stunned. The voice of the Liora echoed one last time, no longer divided. The one who chose balance has bridged the distance. The crew turned. Elara was still standing, but she had changed. Her suit shimmered faintly, veins of soft violet light tracing across its surface. Her eyes reflected the glow of the planet. She was not consumed. She was connected. The Liora had not trapped them. They had understood them. A new vision filled the crew's minds, not of shared energy extraction, but of shared knowledge. Liora would teach Earth how to restore ecosystems, how to generate clean planetary energy without harm, how to listen to a world instead of exploiting it, but only if humanity chose cooperation. No forced alliance, no stolen power, just exchange. The landing pod systems rebooted. The planetary shield opened a clear path to space. They were free to leave. Elara turned to her crew. We go home, she said softly, and we tell them the truth. Dr. Hale looked at her, humbled. And if they don't listen? Elara glanced at the glowing mountains. Then we are not ready to return. As the pod lifted from Liora's surface, the planet's hum followed them gently into orbit, not as a warning, but as a promise. Far below, the crystal world shimmered peacefully beneath its twin suns. The first contact had not ended in war. It had ended in understanding. And somewhere in the silence between stars, two worlds were no longer alone.